I hate that men don't approach women anymore.
The dating scene in New York City is absolute garbage.
Genuine question for people in New York City who have found love here. How did you do that?
Everybody keeps asking why dating is harder in 2026. Why men don't want to commit, why women feel like they're not being chosen.
We've now resorted to making flyers. Yes, people, flyers. Like so. My hot bestie is looking for her dream man.
Look, I look sexy as fuck and not a single soul has looked in my way.
Can someone just come to my apartment and tell me they're in love with me and they want to...
As a guy in this city, if you want like a dope ass girlfriend, literally all you have to do is breathe. And as a girl, if you want a sick ass boyfriend, like you literally have to go mining for gold.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Desktop Drop. Let's dive in.
Genuine question for people in New York City who have found love here. How did you do that? How did you do that? Because I actually am concerned that I'll have to move if I want to find real long-lasting partnership. Yeah, I'm concerned I'm going to have to move. And like, I actually think that's like, at what point do I say, okay, the people here are literal shit. Therefore, I have to leave my favorite place in the whole world. Or do we just like accept defeat and sort of just be like single legends forever? What do you do? People who have met their partners in the city and it's like a good, healthy relationship, please chime in.
Maybe the problem isn't New York. Millions of people live there and thousands find relationships every year. Changing cities won't fix a dating strategy that isn't working. Different zip code, same choices, same results.
The NYC dating scene is an absolute shit show. However, we've now resorted to making flyers. Yes, people, flyers. Like, you know how like when you lose your dog or something, like, yes, flyers. And I will show you some examples that I have seen. And this is, yes, this is real, this is happening, and this is how bad it has gotten that we are now making flyers. Like so, my hot bestie is looking for her dream man. No old men. Okay, so here are my thoughts on this and why I think this is happening. And I see this myself all the time. And it's that everyone is looking for the perfect person. The grass is always greener. So we're in New York, and the difference with being here is that everybody wants to be the best of the best. And they want to have the best of the best life and have the best of the best job and the best of the best friends. And they forget that no one's perfect. And the best person to end up with is your best friend in the end. Those are the best relationships. So for someone like me that's in their 30s, I like sacrifice a lot for my job and career and to get to where I am. And now that I'm like ready to settle down, I'm just looking around, I'm like, just existing is not enough. Like, I don't know where these just normal guys are that are just like, want to just like grow together and like start an empire and like have kids and just like, you know, like run the world. Where are you? Because like you're not around anywhere. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think either like every girl wants a sugar daddy or every guy wants like an 18-year-old model. So like, I don't know what's going on. So like, if you're a guy that like is normal and wants like normal things, like please just show yourself to the world, because like we need you. We need you. So yeah, please show yourself, and then don't be afraid to like ask out a girl, because like we don't want to have to make flyers here. I do not want to have to make a fucking flyer. So
The problem isn't that good men disappear. The problem is everyone wants an exceptional partner while offering average standards for themselves. That's why the flyers are out.
Do have to agree with you, the dating scene in New York City is absolute garbage. All I know is dating in New York City because this is where I grew up. But you guys, I went out on Friday night for my friend's birthday and we somehow ended up at like a loungy dance sort of place somewhere in Williamsburg. I don't know, but let me just tell you, the crowd was so weird. It was just like a bunch of people standing on the dance floor, just staring at one another and just kind of like bopping around. And every man that was in that room was under 5'9", and I did not see anyone that was like caught my eye at all. I remember going out in New York, this is before I got sober, but I remember going out and seeing hot people everywhere all the time. And I just feel like that's not New York anymore. Like, or at least the night that I went out, I did not see. I saw a lot of really hot, beautiful women, like everywhere. Everywhere. There's so many hot, beautiful women. The man, the peace and love, I'm not sure. But also, I was talking to a friend of mine and they were like, maybe we'll try to set you up with one of our friends, which is like, you know, fun and cute, whatever. I'm always down to go on like a blind date from like a friend of a friend's, you know. That night, going out Friday night and like seeing the crowd and just like feeling the vibes, and I was like, wow, I don't know if I could do this. Like, can someone just come to my apartment and tell me they're in love with me and they want to spend the rest of their life with me and travel the world and just like have a good time? And listen, I have nothing against short men, okay? Jeremy Allen White is hot as hell and he's 5'7". Like, I would date him. He's also sober, I think. Oh my God, we can be sober together.
Everyone wants love. Nobody wants to lower impossible expectations. That's why the dating market feels broken.
I hate that men don't approach women anymore and ask them for their number in a polite way. I hate that I'm deemed as on the shelf at 31 and being single with no kids. I hate that I've been told I left it too long because I've been single for a long time. And I hate that I would have been judged if I would have got in a relationship if I was really young. I hate that people judge me for having no children because I'm 31 and I won't settle down with the absolute stranger and someone who just gives me the bare minimum. I hate that people think I've got high standards because I won't settle for the bare minimum. I hate the fact that I am independent and masculine, and I hate the fact that there's not enough masculine men to make me feminine and give that feminine side. I hate the fact that I don't go out and I don't drink and I'm deemed as boring. And I hate the fact that if I do go out, it's all of the wrong attention. I hate the fact that I have to go on dating apps and I can't meet someone organically. And I hate the fact that everyone is superficial, cares about materialistic things and the way that people look rather than what's beneath. I hate the fact that as a woman, I have to worry about scars, cellulite, lumps and bumps and get anxious every time I've got a new partner. And I hate the fact that I have to basically make all of the effort when it comes to men in terms of getting them to arrange a date and they don't just think of it all by themselves. And I hate it all and I'm feeling really sad today. Like I'm just feeling like what happened to the world. Like I was born in the wrong era. I'm supposed to be a 60s, 70s, 80s baby. Like this life isn't for me. I don't like it. I don't like this world. I don't like what's become of the dating world. I just don't like it. And I can't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I just don't know what to do.
You want old school men in a world that punish old school behavior. That contradiction is a big part of the problem.
I've been thinking about this a lot because I have a lot of sick ass, really cool, really smart, fucking beautiful, and not because I'm biased, like genuinely gorgeous, fun, driven, interesting, amazing single girlfriends. I have a lot of guy friends. I do. Like almost zero of them are single. The dating pool for men and women is so different. And I was talking about this weekend, and then I just saw this TikTok that I will tag here talking about the dating imbalance in New York City. The point is, there is just so many more sick women in this city than men. And it is literally proven when I open my guy friends' hinges, the very few that are single, and I look at the dating pool and literally every single profile, I'm seriously shaking in my boots because I'm like, this is crazy that this is my competition. Like, this girl is so beautiful. She has all of these cool hobbies. She's funny. She does like all of this sick shit. And it's like every single girl on Hinge is dope by the looks of it. And then I open up mine and I'm like, respectfully, like, there's not even that many normal guys. Like, the bar is literally below the floor. Like, not only is there like not that many like, you know, cute guys above 6 foot, and I'm 5'10" and a half, so I'm allowed to say that, okay? But like, there's just like no normal guys. And it's crazy, the imbalance. Like, as a guy in this city, if you want like a dope ass girlfriend, literally all you have to do is breathe. And as a girl, if you want a sick ass boyfriend, like, you literally have to go mining for gold. And they're out there. I'm not saying that gold doesn't exist. Gold exists. It's out there. I know for a fact. Like, I'm gonna find a beautiful little diamond in the rough, but holy shit, the rough is rough.
The dating pool looks empty when thousands of women are chasing the same few men. That's not a lack of good men, that's a demand problem.
America's dating crisis is getting worse and what went wrong. And y'all, let me debrief. Over 2/3 of young adults in America have never dated, or they've only gone on a few dates, right? And based on these current trends, apparently 1/3 of young adults won't get married and 1/4 just won't have kids. And in San Francisco itself, half of all men there are unmarried by age 40. And what's even funnier is that, you know how we depend on algorithms to show us who to date? Now there's this new app from Stanford that's really taken over all these Ivy League campuses, where you put in all your preferences like political affiliation, religion, type, everything, and it gives you one match a week. The algorithm basically picks the best person for you, and you're given only one person a week, because clearly our generation, we don't understand commitment, right? So it gives you this one person. But what I think is so sad about this is, like, not only have we relied on algorithms to show us new people and build new connections, but now we're making an algorithm basically pick our life partner for us. Like, it's giving you this one person and you have to pick from there. Like, how sad is that? And what really stuck out to me and what's so sad is, like, the culture right now is about building your brand, and he says, like, it's about building your brand, keeping your options open. So now that's what we do. We're like taught to optimize everything in our lives except for relationships and connections, because you think that if I build my life this certain way, and if I'm this level of at this level of success and I've made this much money, then love will come. But it doesn't. And us humans, we just kind of copy what we do. We have this herd mentality, right? So if you were in the past and you were hanging out with people who were getting married, and your families kind of were the matchmakers, helping you meet people, connect with people, you think that it's normal to get married. But now I feel like we're so focused on money and our career that we kind of forget about the whole dating aspect. And apparently research shows that only 1 in 3 men are able to be confident enough to go up to somebody and ask them out, or tell them that they're attracted to them, which I so understand, because I would never go up to a man and be like, hey, I think you're cute. But also, I think me and my friend were talking about how when we go to bars and stuff these days, it's so rare to like talk to new people and stuff. Like, you kind of stick to your own group. In the past, I feel like we go to like a girl's bathroom and we like chop it up in there, but I feel like even that's becoming kind of rare. We're getting more and more awkward and more anxious, like socially anxious. Everyone I meet is like, oh my god, I have social anxiety, right? And I'm one of them. I feel like I've learned how to optimize every part of my life, my career, money, goals, and everything, but I haven't figured out optimizing meeting new people, making new friends. Like, we're all just so caught up in our own minds, and there's so much information thrown at us on like how to act on the first date, how to talk to people, how to make friends, It's just like so much information going in our heads that we've really just forgotten the art of making new friends. And the conclusion of this entire article is that the dating recession isn't going to be solved by dating apps, matchmakers, astrology, magic, none of that sort. It's when we kind of have this change in our mindset that it's like relationship and marriage isn't something that you choose after you become yourself, but it's actually one of the ways you become yourself in the first place. So, food for thought.
Everyone wants love. Nobody wants rejection, compromise, vulnerability, or commitment. That's the real dating crisis.
Recently, I was dating someone for about a month, and we were having a really good time. Everything was going really well. We went on like 5 dates. He was very attractive, very successful. He went to Harvard. He had a PhD in physics, a very stand-up guy. I thought that he was normal and amazing. And something crazy happened. We hooked up and I didn't hear from him. So, of course, I thought that he ghosted me, which is what every girl thinks when she hooks up with a guy and doesn't hear from him. And this was the first time that this happened to me, where I really liked someone and I thought we had a really good connection, and I didn't hear from him. I was texting him, like, what happened? Are you alive? Like, where are you? And nothing, no answer. So one day I was like, this is crazy. Like, what happened to him? I was complaining to my friend, and she was like, what's his name? I'm going to Google him. Maybe he's in jail. Maybe he got arrested. And I'm like, I don't think he got arrested. He's like a stand-up guy. He doesn't do anything bad. And she Googled him and found the craziest thing that you can possibly imagine. She found his obituary. Yeah. He overdosed on cocaine laced with fentanyl and died the next day after we hooked up. I was traumatized.
Maybe the lesson isn't men are trash. Maybe it's that we become so used to disposable dating that genuine concern isn't even our first thought anymore.
Everybody keeps asking why dating is harder in 2026. Why men don't want to commit, why women feel like they're not being chosen. But what if the real question is this? Are we actually becoming the kind of partners that someone would want to build a life with? Before you attack me, hear me out. A lot of people say they want a serious relationship. They want love. They want loyalty. They want commitment. But when it comes to what they're actually willing to give, there's a disconnect. Because people want effort, but not responsibility. They want consistency, but not accountability. They want the benefits of a relationship, but not the structure that actually makes a relationship work. And that's where everything falls apart. Because attraction is easy. Alignment is what's rare.
People say they want loyalty, effort, consistency, and commitment until it's their turn to provide it. That's why attraction is everywhere and lasting relationships are rare.
Look, I look sexy as fuck, and not a single soul has looked in my way, in my direction, my directional pattern.
You look okay. Let's not gas this up.
I'm like, if I knew no one was gonna stare at me or like give me at least a compliment, like I would have just worked out at home.
Yeah, here's the thing. Women have ruined the gyms, right? So they went to the gym, they got naked, men approached them, and then they said, hey, I'm just trying to work out. Therefore, men stopped doing that. They said, hey, we don't like catcalling, stop doing that. And so the men said, fine, we're done. And now the women are mad, yeah.
Like, there's no need for me to be in a sports bra and nobody's asking me out on a date or like to leave my house with me. Like, I can't. Also, like, yeah, I'm not an emirata type bitch, like feminist type bitch. Like, there's a reason I'm wearing a tiny sports bra. There's always a reason.
This is the problem. I don't think men can really feel bad for us when we get a dating app and we download it and get like 5,000 matches. Now, you might not like all the matches, but out of 5,000, there's got to be someone.
The average woman complains that no one approaches her. The average man is told approaching is risky. That's how you end up with two lonely people making eye contact and doing absolutely nothing. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next video.